Most intermediate solos sound okay, but after teaching over 10,000 lessons, I've noticed the same 4 mistakes holding intermediates back time and time again. So I created a simple 4-step test. It's made a huge difference for students on my intermediate coaching program. So today I'll show you exactly how it works using Santana's Black Magic Woman as our guide. Quick spoiler, his solo aces every test. But before we dive into any fancy tricks or wild solos, let's see if you can pass the most basic and surprisingly toughest test of all. If an intermediate was to create a solo like this, what do you think would trip them up the most? Is it the bends, the vibrato, the note choices? But let's start by listening to the intro. The problem that I find intermediates have with trying to create their own solo in this style is the silence. A classic intermediate thing is creating solos where everything just links together. But if you look at the silence marks on this tab, Santana is intentionally putting in quite long breaks between phrases to let the listener digest what he's playing. So here's the test. Listen to your recording and how much can you sing back? And when you do sing it back, where do you run out of breath? If you can't sing your melody, it means either that the melody is too complicated or you're playing through all the natural breathing points. Santana absolutely nails this in Black Magic Woman. He's not afraid of silence. He plays, he waits, and then he answers himself. It's conversational and it's singable. You can try this with famous solos too, and you'll notice the best ones always have those natural breathing spaces.
This man is about to sing the Bohemian Rhapsody solo. He's not a trained singer.
So for example, da 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 da, etc., etc.
As a quick tip, throughout the solo, Santana uses this scale, which is a D minor pentatonic scale with this extra second.
But breathing room is just a start. If you want your solos to do more than just make sense,
let's see how you can take your solo from simple to spicy.
So now you've got a singable melody, how do you make it expressive? These are the basic notes in one phrase of the solo, and this is the level of solo I would normally expect from an intermediate. But now here's what Santana actually plays, with slides, bends, and subtle dynamics. It's the phrasing, those little decorations that make it pop. I think in solos it's really useful to bring it back to singing. So if you imagine Stevie Wonder singing Isn't She Lovely, the melody would be lovely, but he would sing it like Isn't She Lovely. But you need to be careful about overdoing it. We don't want this. A little bit definitely goes a long way. There are a million different ways in how you could decorate a solo with phrasing. And to do it really well, you need to have a really solid understanding of how rhythm functions. But the best bang for your buck way to improve your solo is just to think about how the phrase ends. So if your phrase is, which is similar to Black Magic Woman, just at the end we have that little unexpected run, or you can throw in some fast little notes. So record yourself back and listen. Is the phrases coming alive or are they getting too busy? We want to surprise the listener, but we always want to land the phrase on the right note. So you've decorated your phrases and kept it tasteful, but there's still another trap waiting for you. One that can make even the prettiest solo sound totally predictable. Now here's a dead giveaway for almost every intermediate solo. When you catch a bus, you want it to arrive on time. In a solo, not so much. Most intermediates start each phrase on the most obvious beat, the first beat. It's predictable, and predictability kills excitement. Santana avoids this by starting phrases on off beats. Most of his phrases are starting just after the beat. So for example, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. It's coming an eighth note after the beat. This gives the listener the experience of not knowing exactly how everything's going to play out. And like all music or films, we never want to know exactly how things are going to play out.
I'm going to go to your granny's house, then eat her, and then a woodsman will come and kill me. Okay.
So to try this yourself, take a backing track and force yourself not to start on beat 1. Try starting on the second beat or the third beat and eventually try to start on the and beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and da 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 da. 2, 3, 4, 1 and da 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 da. 2, 3, 4, 1 and da 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 da.
And the test is obviously, are you starting your phrases on different beats?
It'll be challenging, but it'll make your solos far more engaging. So now your timing's unpredictable and your phrases are alive, but how do you make your solos sound intentional? Like you're outlining the song and not just floating over the top of it. So let's look at the next secret weapon that most intermediates ignore. Most intermediates are scared of arpeggios. And I get it, they're complicated in a way that scales aren't. With a scale, you just take this scale and play over the song. But Santana proves you don't need to have a bunch of arpeggios. You only need one, but used well. Let's listen to it. So in the point of the solo where he's playing over a G minor, so I'm using this A minor shape, he's just playing the top notes. He's using that shape and then adding these scale notes. It's not a show-off flashy arpeggio, it's a simple try an arpeggio, just play it over the chords. This is a great shape to learn for minor chords. And one way which I find it far less intimidating for intermediates to get into arpeggio playing is to learn some licks which have the arpeggio embedded in it. So for example, this is a G minor phrase taken exactly from this song. So if you knew that you were playing over A minor, you could just do this. And it's beautiful. It gives it the solo far more variety to bust out these things every now and then.
And the test is, are you doing anything to connect your solo to the music?
So record your solo, run it against these tests, and let me know how you get on. And if you want to go deeper into this, you can check out my intermediate coaching program in the link below.
And here's the complete walkthrough.
And one of the most beautiful ways to outline the chords when you're soloing is by using this Hendrix chord tone trick. And I'll check this one out next.